Over the years, I've got asked a million times, how do you wire up a relay? Or can you send me a diagram quick to show me how to wire this thing up? If you're not familiar with these things, first glance at them can look a little intimidating. But realistically, they're just one big toggle switch teddy bear if you think about it. There's really nothing to them. And there ain't much difference between a little basic toggle switch like this and this relay. The only difference is this can only hold about 10 amps, where this can hold about 30 amps. And like a regular toggle switch, you put power on one side, flip the switch, it sends power to the other side. Basic, right? That's pretty much what this relay is doing too. You activate the relay and it automatically flips the switch for you. But you can do so using smaller gauge wires on the outside pins and have your heavy load on the middle pins going out to your accessory, whether it be a light or a radio or anything you're hooking up. So let's go over this a little bit. Pin 30 here is the wire coming from the battery. This is your heavy lead that's going out to your accessory. And at rest, pin 30 is connected to pin 87A right here in the middle. That's your normally closed position. And pin 87, that's your normally open position. So the relay sitting right here right now, these two pins are connected. If I was to activate this relay, this bottom pin would be connected to the top pin. And that's pretty standard on what you'll be wiring up. There are instances where you'll need the center pin, but generally speaking, if you're just trying to feed a heavier wire through a smaller toggle switch like this, that 87A, that middle pin, is probably not going to be used. So I got the middle three covered. Now 85 and 86, those are the coil wires. You need a ground on one side and the power on the other, and it really doesn't matter which side is which. I have this relay taken apart here, and this is the coil here, and here's the pin that actually moves. See, it's separating from here in this contact plate. When the coil's energized, that'll push back and make contact. So at rest right now, it's with pin 30 and pin 87A. As soon as this moves over, pin 30 is now connected to 87. Pretty basic. So let's say we want to use a relay to power a light bar. Okay, I have this headlight here. It's a high-low beam, but for demonstrational purposes, we're going to wire up just one beam here to show you what exactly you need to do. Now I already have this light grounded to a battery back here. So we're going to take one of these feeds, and this is the low beam here. That's going to go to your output wire, 87, up on the top of the relay. Okay. Now I got some wires here. This yellow wire is my heavy power wire coming from the battery. So that's going to go down to pin 30. Now to energize a relay, it doesn't take much power at all. So I just wired in these two small gauge wires. This is the ground side of the battery, this is the hot side of the battery. This wire is going to be coming from a toggle switch. Okay? So we're going to hook up the ground to one side. Again, doesn't matter. And then this is going to be our switch here. So we got pin 30 coming from the battery, and this blue wire is going out to our light. We have it grounded on one side of the relay, 85 or 86, don't matter. And then this is coming from a switch here. So as soon as that's connected, light turns on. And what that's doing is the relay itself started out on pin 30 and pin 87A. As soon as it's activated, 30 and 87 are now connected. And that gives us full power through the relay to our light. Now if you want to put a switch in line, I'll hook this up. Another wire off of there. There's our light. That's about how basic a relay is. Very simple. Nothing to it at all. Now this is a standard automotive relay. You can find these anywhere. They come in 6 volt, 12 volt, 24 volt, whatever you need. And they're generally 30 amp. You can get these in 40, sometimes 50 amp if you look for them. But there's other times where you come across these, usually found in a fuse box of a vehicle. They're smaller, and you look at them and you're like, what does that mean? Well, this one just happens to be labeled also. Some of them aren't, but does the same exact thing this relay does, just in a smaller body. And right here's your pin 30, and here's your 87A. So these two pins right here are connected at rest. As soon as you energize 85 and 86, then these two outer pins are connected, 30 and 87. Simple. We also have these pre-wired relays. They can be handy. Just tap them in to whatever wires you want. Obviously same concept. This blue wire will be coming from the battery. You can ground this one, power to this one to activate it through a switch, you know. Ground this to the frame, run this to ignition or a toggle switch, whatever you want to do. Or if you had a negative switch, this one, in some cases you could even jump that wire to your battery lead if you wanted to. That way there's always power on this, and you just need to run this ground through a switch to ground itself, and that would also trigger the relay. And of course this is your output, 87 and 87A. I'll give you an instance here where you would need to use pin 87A, that middle pin. That would be if you're wiring a high-low beam circuit on a vehicle and you had one wire coming from the battery into the relay, and you wanted that one wire to trigger both high beam and low beam individually. So what you'd need to do is hook your low beam up to the middle pin, pin 87A, and your high beam up to pin 87. And then if you were to hook your battery feed into this, that light would always be on, and you don't want that. So that's where a second relay would come in. And you're actually going to put your battery feed onto pin 30 of this relay, and then you're going to run a wire from 87 of this relay down to 30 of this relay. So once this relay is activated, it opens up the feed from the battery to this relay itself. So this headlight circuit is isolated until this relay is turned on. So you'd ground this side of the relay, and if your headlight switch was a positive output, you turn the headlight on and you had a hot signal coming out of it, you'd run that up to here, pin 86 or 85, vice versa, whatever. As long as it's grounded on one side, power on the other, the relay will work. So for demonstrational purposes, we're going to run our headlight wire to pin 86. It is grounded on pin 85, and we have a wire going out from pin 87 to pin 30 of this switch. And what that'll do is turn on the headlight to low beam. Okay? So now we got our lights on, but we need to switch it from high to low. So again, we'd ground one side of the relay. We're going to ground pin 85 for fun here. And then 86, you would take your switch, whether this be a floor switch or your headlight stock by your steering wheel, whatever. I mean, you could put a regular toggle switch on the dash. So in the off position, you're at low beam. Okay? You flip it to high, click, the relay activates and flips you to high beam. Let me just hook up a ground here to show you. Okay, so the relay is grounded. We have our high and low beams wires hooked up to the light. We're going to pretend we have a wire coming off of pin 87 here going to pin 30 of this relay, and we're going to turn it on. The relay is clicking. That means it's activating. Now, since I don't have a wire here to show you this, I'm actually going to touch the center pin to pin 30 of this because this relay is not active. So this wire is making contact with the center pin right now. So if I touch them there, light turns on. Toggle switch is off, toggle switch is on. And I obviously have my wires backwards here, gets dimmer when it's on. You would need to switch those around to whatever you wanted, of course, which I could do here or at the light itself. Do that again. Switch is off, switch is on. And that's the basics of wiring in a high-low beam circuit, if that's something you're interested in doing. But yeah, the relay is a very useful tool. Very simple once you understand what is going on with them. They're not rocket science. They're just a useful automotive tool that gets the job done. So I've covered the basics of the relay. Standard wiring, you usually see pin 30 and pin 87 being used. I showed you how to wire a low beam and high beam using 87A and 87, but there's also instances where you don't use 87 at all, and that would be in a situation where you're trying to disable something. So pin 30 and pin 87A are normally connected, and once this relay is activated, it would break that contact and you would lose functionality of whatever you had hooked up through these. It's especially useful on an alarm system. For the starter wire itself, pin 30 would be going down to the starter, and pin 87A would be the wire going up to the key cylinder or your ignition switch. You'd have power on one side of this, constant power, and then on the other side you'd have ground out when armed trigger wire from your alarm system. So as soon as you lock or arm the vehicle, a ground signal gets sent to this here, and you already had power here, so that would actually split your starter wire and move up to this pin, which nothing would be on. So the wire going from the key down to the relay would be disabled, so even if they had a key or they stuck a screwdriver in it and turned it, it wouldn't turn on because this relay is splitting that wire. Once you disarm it, that ground is removed from here, your starter wires go back to connected from the key out to the starter. Well, I hope you found this video informative. There are a million different possibilities of things you can do with relays, and I just covered the basics here. But if you got something else going on, or you're interested in trying to wire up something else in specific, feel free to let me know, leave a comment, and I'd be happy to make another video if that's something you're interested in. But until next time, thanks for watching.